As the weeks pass leading up to our big move from Nova Scotia, Canada to Malaga, Spain, Trevor and I have been excitedly telling people all about our future home city. It has become apparent to me that most of our friends and family have never been to this part or any part of Spain and don't know much about what it's really like. It's easy to imagine a desert-like place with little white villages on a hillside, donkeys pulling carts, and endless farmers' fields. While there are many rural areas like this in Spain, Malaga has a much different, more Mediterranean and modern yet historic vibe. I put together this virtual tour to introduce you to the beauty and wonder that is Malaga. While preparing this video, I realized how much I already know about the city, and I've learned a lot as well. It's very comforting and eases my worries, knowing we are heading somewhere familiar and welcoming. So where is Malaga? The city of Malaga is in the southern part of Spain in the autonomous community of Andalusia in the province of Malaga. From what I understand, autonomous communities are similar to our Canadian provinces, and their provinces seem to be like our counties. Malaga is located on the Costa del Sol, which translates to Coast of the Sun. Malaga City, which I'll refer to as just Malaga going forward, has a population of about 570,000 people. It is the second most populous city in Andalusia after Seville, or Sevilla as they pronounce it, and it's the sixth most populous city in Spain. Malaga is one of the oldest cities in Europe with a history spanning about 2,800 years. Let's talk about the economy. Malaga's main industries are tourism, construction, and technology services. In 1992, a large business park known as the PTA, or Andalusia Technology Park, was built and is home to over 600 companies, including many multinational tech firms like IBM, Oracle, Huawei, and CGI, and it is one of the most important tech parks in Southern Europe. This is where Trevor's employer is located. So how do you get around in Malaga? Malaga is a very walkable city. Many areas of the Centro Histórico, the historical center, are pedestrian only, and it's mostly quite flat. The city is very green, with beautiful manicured gardens and parks everywhere, populated with a lot of tropical plants and palm trees. Malaga is the cleanest city I've ever visited. Many of the streets of Centro Histórico are paved with ceramic tile and are washed nightly by massive street sweepers. The cleanliness and abundance of nature in Malaga, paired with the mixture of historic and modern architecture, make it such a beautiful city to walk around in. Malaga also has Uber, a metro, a bus system, and a high-speed train. So we don't plan to purchase a vehicle when we get there. Car rentals are quite affordable, so if we want to take a trip outside the city, we can always rent a car. I have dreams of buying a cute little Vespa to zip around the city on, but we'll see how that pans out once we get settled. First, we'll need to get Spanish driver's licenses, which is apparently a bit of a process. How about tourism? As mentioned, tourism is a very important sector in Malaga, with an estimated 6 million tourists visiting the city each year. Because it is located on the Mediterranean Ocean with a large modern port, it is a popular destination for cruise ships and the second busiest on the Iberian Peninsula. Malaga also has an international airport. Because of the tourism and the large number of expats, many of the locals speak some amount of English. On my visits, I haven't had a problem communicating in shops and restaurants without knowing any Spanish. So how about the climate? Malaga is a popular location for expats and visitors looking to enjoy the siesta lifestyle in a more temperate climate than Barcelona or Madrid. Malaga has the warmest winters of any European city with a population over 500,000. The average daytime high temperature is 23 degrees Celsius, and the average low is 13 degrees. The coldest month is January, with an average high of 16 and a low of 7 degrees. The warmest months are July and August, with an average high of 31 and a low of 20 degrees Celsius. It's generally quite dry in the summer, with most of the annual rainfall happening in the winter, and over 320 days of sun per year. Large temperature fluctuations are rare. There's only been one snowfall recorded since the beginning of the 20th century, and it rarely ever goes below 0 degrees Celsius. This is honestly the aspect of moving to Malaga that I'm most excited about. So how about the architecture? In regards to architecture, the city has numerous beautiful buildings. The first one is the Malaga Cathedral. This Roman Catholic cathedral was built between 1528 and 1782. The highest tower is 84 meters tall. We did a rooftop tour in October 2019, and it was so interesting to see the city from the top of this magnificent structure. I've toured the interior of the cathedral twice, and although I'm not Catholic or even religious, I do find it very awe-inspiring to witness. There is so much architectural beauty and history to take in, both inside and out. Another top attraction is the Gibralfaro Castle and the Alcazaba de Malaga. Both structures are high above the city on Mount Gibralfaro, a 130-meter-high foothill. The Alcazaba is essentially the fortress for the city, overlooking the port, situated just below the castle on the foothill, bordering the Centro Histórico of Málaga. The best views of the entire city can be seen from the lookoffs of the Alcazaba. The port area, known as Muelle Uno, or Port 1, has been rebuilt in recent years with modern architectural design. The boardwalk area is built out with a towering overhead pergola-type structure meant to provide a slight bit of shade on hot summer days. Here you can also see the Centre Pompidou, which is an eye-catching, modern-looking, multicolored glass structure which houses a modern contemporary art museum and is a sister location to Paris's Centre Pompidou. Along the Muelle Uno, there are many shops and restaurants, mostly targeting cruise passengers, but definitely nice all the same. So how about attractions? Malaga was the birthplace of the painter Pablo Picasso in 1881. The city is home to 2 Picasso museums, one being his birthplace, and the other an art gallery housing an extensive collection of his works. There's also the Carmen Thyssen Museum, another large art gallery. Malaga definitely has no shortage of arts and culture to take in. Another fun activity is to take in a flamenco show. Andalusia is the home of flamenco, and there are a few venues around the city that put on traditional nightly flamenco shows. We enjoyed one last time we visited, and it was really a memorable experience. Malaga may not be known as Europe's best shopping destination, but as someone who loves retail therapy, I can say there is no shortage of places to shop in Malaga, with a fair bit of variety and lots of brands that we don't have in Canada. El Corte Inglés is the main Spanish department store that I always enjoy visiting, as it has a little bit of something for everyone. When I first explored El Corte Inglés, I pictured the staff as the Spanish version of the characters from the British TV show Are You Being Served? And I definitely chuckled to myself. Of course, there's no shortage of gift shops selling all kinds of wares, from the typical magnets and postcards to replica flamenco dresses and Spanish sombreros. One of my favorite spots in the city is the Jardín Botánico Histórico La Concepción. This massive property dates back 150 years, and although it changed hands multiple times, it was eventually purchased by the city in 1990 and made a public attraction. These botanical gardens have numerous architectural features, partially restored ruins, water features, and over 50,000 plants. With a cafe on site, it's always a good way to spend half a day exploring nature. The most stunning element is the massive wrought iron wisteria arbor. I haven't had the fortune of seeing it in full bloom in March or April, but it's definitely on my wish list. I think this is a must-see attraction in Malaga and a nice place to relax and get away from the hustle and bustle of the Centro when visiting. So let's talk about beaches. Malaga isn't known to have the very best beaches on the Costa del Sol, but it does have 20 kilometers of coastline with many excellent sandy beaches. There's something for everyone, with a boardwalk, recreation areas, playgrounds, shaded areas, toilets, restaurants, bars and canteens, and lifeguards. With an average ocean temperature of 18.6 degrees, the water is nice and warm for swimming, especially in July and August, with a high of 26 degrees Celsius. I'm not much of a beach bum myself, so I didn't spend much time lounging on the beaches of Malaga when I visited, but it's something I look forward to doing this summer in my downtime. How about food? Of course, we can't talk about any destination without discussing the food, and Spain is certainly famous for its cuisine. You are never more than a stone's throw away from a tapas bar, which is a restaurant that serves small plates of food, typically 1 or 2 mouthfuls, for a couple of euros each. You would typically order a couple of items as an appetizer with a drink, or you could order many plates to share as a meal. Choices include olives, croquetas, which are my favorite, fried potatoes known as patatas bravas, fried anchovies or sardines, meatballs, battered fried baby squid, fried cheese, empanadas, kebabs, fried small green peppers, fish stew, tortilla, which is a Spanish potato omelet, and many, many more choices. Another must-try food is churros from a churreria. Churros are a dough that is piped into a deep fryer and cooked until golden. They're usually served warm with a small pot of melted chocolate for dipping. If I could eat churros every day, I would be a very happy but very fat woman. The Costa del Sol is known for its chiringuitos, which are beachfront huts or canteens often selling sardines that are grilled on a skewer over a coal fire. I haven't tried this yet, but it's something I'm looking forward to tasting. And of course, we can't forget the paella, which is a Spanish rice dish. Many restaurants serve paella for two, and they bring the whole paella pan to the table to share. For more about this infamous dish, check out my recent video on how to make paella, where I explain in detail what it's all about. I'll link the video above, in the eye, and below in the description box. As someone who enjoys cooking, I'm really looking forward to the accessibility and affordability of fresh produce, meat, fish, and baked goods. Malaga has a beautiful farmers market called the Mercado de Artesanas. I've walked through it a couple of times and I've never felt more inspired to cook. The building itself is architecturally beautiful with its stained glass, stone, and ironwork. It's arranged with individual stalls and grouped into 3 sections: fruits and vegetables, meat, and fish. Along with an amazing selection of fresh whole ingredients, you can also get prepared tapas, fresh squeezed juices, and lots of cheeses and produce to eat on the go. The market is open 6 days a week, and I'm hoping to get into a routine of going a few times a week since it will be within walking distance of our apartment. So how about housing in Malaga? Housing varies in different parts of the city. We're planning to live in the Centro Histórico to start, where apartments tend to be smaller and more expensive, but are very centrally located near lots of amenities and attractions. Centro apartments also tend to have more architectural charm. We've been looking at places online using a website called Idealista. Prices for a 2 to 3 bedroom renovated furnished apartment seem to range from €750 on the low end to €1,600 on the very high end per month. Furnished apartments seem to be the norm, possibly because of the number of transient or temporary residents and expats who arrive with few belongings, which is what we plan to do. On our wish list, we'd like to have at least 2, but preferably 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 as an ensuite hopefully, and 1 as a guest bathroom, an open concept fully equipped kitchen with a dishwasher, a full-size fridge, and 4-burner stove, in-unit laundry, which is usually just a washing machine as dryers are not very common there, air conditioning, which most places seem to have, modern furnishings, and some kind of outdoor space, either a balcony or a terrace. I'd also prefer a place that is renovated but retains some of the Spanish character, such as those beautiful old double terrace doors, Juliet balcony, original tile work, vaulted ceilings, or stained glass. Location is also key, and I'd love to be on the west side of the Centro Histórico, so Trevor is close to his bus stop for work, and I'm close to the market and shopping areas. However, the Centro is pretty compact, so anywhere within it would still be a walkable distance. I hope this tour of Malaga gave you a really good idea about our new future home and why we are so excited to live there. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below and I will be sure to respond. Once we're there, I plan to make some vlog-style videos to show you what it is like rather than tell you. Of course, no place is perfect, and I'm sure in the future I will make a video discussing the downsides of life in Malaga as well. Please subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications when I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios, amigos!